Yeah, it says
Hold
we're
on.
live.
No, it doesn't say anything yet. All right, what's up, Broncos country? Fanatic Dak in the house. I'm your host. And tonight, joining me is Malahai Montoya, my other fellow Bronco bro. And before we get into the show, I want to ask you a question. It's a very important one. Do you even Broncos, bro?
Touchdowns and tackles, our spirits are high. From the mile-high cheers, we reach for the sky. Analyzing stat, every week we grind. Passions in our hearts, leave no fan behind. The heart of the game, let's make it clear. Do you even Broncos, bro? You know we here. Do you even Broncos, bro, when we hit that field? Orange and blue pride, it's our strength and our shield. Every win, every loss, we deal with the flow. Broncos Bros on the mic, let the whole world know.
How was that for an intro, you guys? How was that? Give me 1 second. Let me add my buddy in here. Malahai Montoya, what's up? Let's give him a hand, you guys. What's up, Broncos Bros?
We out here, man. Broncos Bros in the debut episode.
Yeah,
Excited.
I'm excited, man. We've been talking about this for quite some time, and I apologize for the introduction there. We've been dealing with some technical difficulties on my end, but that's okay. We're gonna look at this as a blooper. We'll clip it, and we'll come back shows down the road and laugh our asses off at this, but that's okay. Malahai Montoya, before we give our intros, I kind of want to get into the house cleaning that Johnny likes to talk about. The house cleaning. My God, I'm losing my mind today. It's been a day. But I want to talk about the Dubby, the sponsor for the show.
Gotta eat a Dubby. Gotta eat a Dubby. You know,
man, I feel like a dispatcher in this thing. So let's pull up a W real quick on our screen. What do you think? If you do use W, it's an energy drink. Use the code NRWOB, 10% off if you use the code. So I heard a lot of great things about it. Another thing to touch on with W is no calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial colors. Okay, so that's pretty good. I like that. Have you tried W, George, by chance?
I haven't tried it yet, but I plan on getting some soon. They say that it's real good.
You know, I was looking at the website today, bro, because I was just like, I know we say go check it out and this and that. There's some mighty good flavors listful, man. It's like 31 flavors up in there, let me tell you. And also with yeah, exactly, dude. Oh, look, we already got a comment in here. Vic in the house showing us some love. What's up, Vic? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Vic? Appreciate you. Much love.
Thank you for showing us some love.
But yeah, make sure you guys
like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
So we got our sister
MHRT
network, brother network, neighbor over there, whatever you want to talk about. So make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Any of the streams that you are watching this on, whether that be YouTube, the X network, Twitch, Facebook, you just go down the line with whatever you're watching it on, and we'll be glad that you guys give us some feedback. So now to get into the show, George, now that the housekeeping's kind of done with and out the way, I mean, that's kind of
Hey, after you follow
so much
MHRT,
fun.
don't forget to come and follow Orange and Blue Network. Big shout out Orange and Blue. They are the ones that helped us get started in this big event. So we're very grateful to them. Make sure you go like, share, subscribe, follow. Always helps. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Johnny's been great with us getting into the network and very helpful. And he did a bang up job with that intro. What do you think, George? I get hyped just seeing that.
Intro's fire. I get hyped every time, dude. Every time. Looks so sick. And then real quick before we get into it, this is the show schedules. Everybody gets their own shows Mondays through Fridays at 11. You can check out some of the other pods if you're interested. So we appreciate your support, and we'll be showing the schedule so you can go watch the other shows as well.
They got definitely some great shows, and the Spanish one on Fridays. I think this is one of the only networks that provides that. So that's pretty solid, dude. That's cool. You gotta be diverse, and get the Spanish folks in here with their friends, keeping them in the loop of things.
Fans are fans, long as we're I love the Broncos, baby,
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on a little bit about yourself, why you're a Broncos fan. Give me your favorite moment as a Broncos fan, and I'll talk about a little bit about mine.
So, I was born and raised here in Denver, Colorado. So I grew up a Broncos fan. My mom and my stepdad were big Broncos fans. So I remember early on being obsessed with football. Played flag football in first grade, and they used to call me Little Trail because I wanted to be like Trail Davis. One of the favorites. Got my John on though.
Ooh, I like it.
Got the big John always. Growing up in Denver, man,
I got one today.
Always had that championship caliber team. We played with a standard. We didn't have losing seasons, so just growing up in the city, always going to games, had fun at all the stadiums. Went to Original Mile High, watched them demolish it. So that was sad, but we're on to the next chapter in the Broncos world. But growing up, I was just associated with it early, and it stuck.
Hell yeah!
How about yourself,
let me
bro?
look at one of these.
How you been? How you been into the Broncos
You
world?
gotta call me another one. One of our own is in the house.
Broncos Libre. What's up, bro?
My fellow Bronco family, love you, man.
Comment.
Appreciate it. Coming in and showing us some love. So, for me, I'm a Broncos fan. My mother was a big time Broncos fan. And I grew up as a fan, just, man. Just watching John Elway, dude, I get chills just thinking about it. I talked about the Packers and Broncos Super Bowl, the helicopter. Was that the Super Bowl? I was like 6 or 7, that I really got to watch it. So I was pretty excited. I watched the winning team. Shame on me, right? I just become a Super Bowl a fan just because I watched the Super Bowl team win the big one, but that's okay. I was 6 or 7 years old. Don't get mad at me, okay? It's fine.
We don't judge.
You know what I mean? It's fine. I chose the winning team. Well, thank you for it now. But so just watching between John Elway, Peyton Manning, Jake Plummer, it's just been a breath of fresh air, and it's a great organization. The way they've nearly hadn't had any losing seasons, until after Peyton Manning. It was rough, from my time watching anyway. Yes, yes, exactly.
You had a good time. Just growing up around the sport. We love
tell me
football
what
around here. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was born in Denver, bro. So I'm all Denver, everything. I happened to move from Denver to New Mexico, and then now I'm here in Oregon, the home of the Oregon Ducks. Go Ducks!
That's
but
right.
so I have
now.
yeah. So
that's
I know
cool.
you're
Yeah.
a Boomer Sooner. How are you a Boomer Sooner, dude? Tell me a little bit about that. Like,
Boomer Sooner for life, baby. That's it. The OU.
yeah,
I grew
yeah,
up growing to my grandpa and grandma's house every other weekend. And my grandpa's from Oklahoma. And it's all I remember. Saturdays, we'd get up early, throw on college game day, make some hot dogs or some food, and sit there and just watch Oklahoma football. And growing up, I got to watch Adrian Peterson play his whole career, from college all the way through. So, I mean, I watched some real talented OU teams. So, mostly just because of my grandpa. I've been out there. I have a signed football by Barry Switzer, OU game ball. So that'll be going up soon on the shelf here. But yeah, it's always been a diehard Oklahoma fan. So, I still support my Buffs because I'm from Denver, of course. But yeah, deep rooted, number one OU fan around. But yeah, I just grew up loving football.
yeah. And for me,
That's how we did.
well, football is such a great sport to love. Let me tell you, we already know that. I mean, it fills the stands. It fills, it just gets
Feels
a
your
bunch
heart,
of, sits in the spot. It's the best sport ever, dude. Like, I just feel like, as a fan, it's just, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to, uh, it's lost my mind. I'm so nervous today. Thank you guys.
It's indescribable.
Anyway.
It's indescribable. It's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff. Let's get on.
Let's get on with it to the next one. As a Broncos bro and as a content creator, what are your goals? George, can you tell us a little bit about that? Can you tell the fans what our goals are?
Oh yeah. We just want to have a lot of engagement with our fans. We want you guys to comment. We want you guys to like what we're putting out. We want fan input. If you want to see things, if you have questions, debates, we're all for it. We love criticism. We can take it. We want to have a good time here, but we also want to provide analytical knowledge. We want to be able to give you guys quality content and being able to go back on numbers and, film and tape and actually talk ball, but we want you to feel at home. We want you to feel like a family out here, man. Act like you're in the basement, shooting it with your boys or your girls, whatever you got, hanging out, talking football and sports in general. We love sports around here. So we're going to be focused on the Broncos, but we might get off topic here and there, into other things as we're waiting for things to start happening. It's off seasons everywhere now. So
and
just want to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. For me personally, like you nailed a lot of good things on the head. I just want to keep it as personable as I can for the fans and give them something that they can relate to. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, we want to provide analytics, but if you just want analytics, let's go watch SportsCenter. You know what I mean? So, thank you for that, George. You gave a good explanation. Another thing I want to talk about is as I'm looking at it, Bo Nix, how excited are you? I mean, we went through 13 quarterbacks leading up to the season. Leading up to the draft before we had drafted Bo Nix. And let me tell you this, bro. Remember when I had the discussion with you after that CU Buffs game, bro? And I was like, bro, he is a Denver Bronco. I'm telling you, bro. He is a Denver Bronco because we need that leader in that locker room. He just has that aura, the way he was on the field, the way he was off the field. And I mean, he kind of gave me like that aura that Peyton Manning had in the era of Peyton Manning, So that's where I felt, man. And I had been pounding the table for it. A lot of people doubted me because I wanted Bo Nix so bad. Everybody wants the quarterback with the rock.
Because you're a homer.
Have you, but and I was a little biased, Duck, bro. But I really don't give a shit. Let's be real here.
I thought we were going to sell the house to get Baker.
Oh, yeah, because it was that offseason where he was a free agent, correct? Give me your take on that side of things.
Well, I mean, with the Bo thing, yes, you called it, man. You called it early. You said that he's going to be a Denver Bronco. And I think his command of the team, overall, is what's impressive the most. So it's a breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh air from the Wild Wild West show.
We got more comments coming in. They're
Much
flowing
love,
in.
Jack. Much love. Appreciate you. No, we love the comments.
From joining us. I appreciate the love.
Yeah, hey, rival division, but
they're flooding.
It's all love, brother. We can have some good chats. And it'll be a fun season. You guys got Genty. That's a good signing.
I like
draft pick, I should say.
I wanted Genty though. Let's be real. I mean, all of Broncos country was coming to the table.
You had to be a little bad to have 6 picks.
Yeah. Oh, we got another question. Hold on, bro. I'm going to big topic. Does Estimate make the roster? Do you want to give your feedback, or do you want me to touch on that?
I mean, I can go at it, man.
Yep.
Estimate is on the bubble. I would say he needs to have a really good camp. He needs to come and show that he can hold the ball. The biggest take for him, I guess the biggest thing he has going for him in my mind is that he's only in his second year in his contract. And you got Jaleel, who's going to be up for contract this season. And you also got a couple young guys who might be better than Estimate right now, with Tyler Beatty and it's spacing my mind.
I know we got Watson in the room. We got
Watson and Beatty are upcoming, and then you just added Harvey.
And for me, honestly, I think
Go ahead.
I think for me personally, Estimate gets cut because you look at Jaleel McLaughlin, the way he shined so far in minicamp and OTAs, and I know he did last year, but I think if you're in Sean Payton's circle of trust, that speaks more volumes than it does anything else, if I'm being honest, in my opinion. So I guess it is to be determined. We'll find out. You did sign J.K. Dobbins to a 1-year deal because maybe you weren't really sold on Logic Estimate, if we're being honest, right? So that's where I'm at with that topic. But yeah, dude. What else do you think, Nix? Sorry about that. My thing's glitching out. Apologize. About Bo Nix. So yeah, dude, he's definitely changed. Can you hear me, dude? I think I'm cutting out.
I can hear you. Cutting
did you
out
lose
a little
me?
bit, but
sorry, did
you
lose me for a second, dude?
I think so. Can you hear me? I can hear you. But with Bo, I say he's reestablished that winning culture where guys are showing up and they want to win. With JK and RJ, do you think our running backs Bo's maybe finally at an end? Our running back woes. Okay, I understand. So, Johnny, appreciate you here in the chat, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Love having you here. Much love. But
Johnny, yeah.
JK and RJ, I think it's going to be a good combo. And I'm hesitant to say that it's going to change our woes, but I think it's a great stepping stone. And we're in a much better position than we were a year ago. We have a solidified 1-2 punch where we can get the other guys going and give Jaleel some touches, but you're really going to get RJ Harvey acclimated with a vet carrying the tote in front of him, teach him how to pass block. So we're setting ourselves up for success for sure, but we got to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, RG Harvey wasn't really refined in the pass pro, so I like that we went ahead and brought in J.K. Dobbins. I feel a little more confident. It definitely raises the floor for this room, in my opinion, because I mean, yeah, you were banking really on a lot of young talent in that backfield, right? And that's sometimes really not really the recipe for success, excuse me, and especially like I said, pass pro, you need to be able to protect your quarterback in the backfield as well, And also, Bo Nix couldn't be the leading rusher as he was last year. That's not a recipe for success for an offense, man. And that's why we saw a lot of 3-and-outs last season, because we couldn't really get into a rhythm of things. We couldn't keep the drive, going. Like third and manageable. If I'm getting that. Third and long. We were in a lot of third and longs, and it put a lot of pressure on Bo Nix, and a lot of the other receivers or what have you. So, yeah, I would hope this season though that it definitely ends the running back woes. Oh, I got Dream Weaver in the chat.
LFG, baby.
That's LFG.
Let's go.
What's up, Dream Weaver? What's up, Jay? Thank you.
What's up, Jay?
He's such a good dude.
Appreciate the love.
I appreciate him, man.
That's
He's
a good dude,
as
guys.
well.
Go like, share.
Appreciate all of them, man. They're all good people, man. I love them all.
It's good crew. Good crew we're being welcomed into. So.
Yeah, on X at that. He's a good
man.
dude.
Yeah, we've had some good experiences so far. We got to do the draft night too. Some other fellas. Meet your favorite Broncos moments.
Oh, Johnny's coming in hot, dude. Look at him again. He's like sizzling right now. What are each of your favorite Broncos moments in history? Well, can I touch on mine? Can I?
Well, get in there.
Let me go first, George. Let me get in there. Let me help you out of the way, bro. Super Bowl 50, bro. And I remember just I get chilled because that was an elite defense. It's probably one of the best all time in history, if I'm being frank with you. You look at the way the run that whole defense went on. Von Miller single-handedly won 50, bro. Just wreaking havoc. That whole defense. I mean, you like Malik Jackson, Derek Wolfe. But I mean, he had Cam Newton so flustered that he was afraid. He had him afraid to pick the ball. He was just like, "Should I get it? Should I not? Should I get it? Should I not?" Kind of thing. So, yeah, dude. And I remember going to work that whole week, and I was just hearing all kinds of my coworkers just razzing me. Oh, well, Cam Newton and that number one offense. I just don't think that the Broncos defense has enough in the tank. And I'm like, have you not watched the Denver Broncos? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But that's a Super Bowl 50 was just surreal for me because that was the actual Super Bowl that I got to see, and win, because I was too young to remember the other two. So, and I mean, it's been a dry spell since, right? We're hoping to get back to the pinnacle of the mountaintop and get there again. So what about you, George? Tell us a little bit about your favorite Broncos moments in history.
How can I choose, man? How can I choose? There's too many. I've been to a lot of games, so I really like moments for me are ones that you have to reflect on and you just can't you won't ever get that feeling again. So the only way is to remember. So some of mine, I guess, for honorable mentions, Steve Atwater's my guy. Big baller. I played safety my whole life. So Steve, putting Okoye on his bum, that was probably my favorite moment as a hard-hitting moment for a Broncos player. But one of my favorite was CJ on our Super Bowl 50 run with Brock Osweiler, the QB, playing the undefeated Patriots at home here in Denver. I was in the end zone. In the 100 level and got to watch, it was snowing and it just so happened to be on my birthday and got to watch CJ take it home for us in that overtime game. And that moment was just crazy. And of course we went on to win the Super Bowl 50, but that was a huge moment, a huge turning moment in the season for us too. So one of my favorite moments, the Benito pick six last year, I was there for that. Fire. Yeah, it's good ones.
Yeah, dude. We got Shy Vargas in the house. What's up, Shy? And
what's up, Shy?
Thank you for all the comments you left.
What's up,
my
bro?
guy.
Appreciate you. Much love.
What do you
Shy.
think about J.K. Dobbins?
JK,
excited
I
about
actually
him.
like JK.
As I alluded,
It's kind of weird about him.
he could be something special. He's only what, 28? He'll be 28. Don't quote me on it, but he averaged 4.6 yards per carry, and to ask that of any of our running backs in that room, let's be honest, that wasn't happening last year, So he definitely adds a veteran voice and type of leadership to that running back room, as you touched on earlier in the show, that can really help guide those young running backs in the room, So I'm excited about him. He definitely was a big part of their Chargers offense and running game, if I'm being honest, because it kind of seemed like they took a step backwards after he was injured. So, yeah, I mean, it's a low risk, high reward type of signing, in my opinion. What about you, George? You want to touch on
I
it
think JK,
in case
JK
Shine missed the
Dobbins
earlier?
he's a good player. He's a good vet. He's come a long way, and he's probably one of the top 15 running backs when healthy. If he's healthy, which has been his downfall since he came into the league, right? He was always hurt, tore his ACL 3 years in a row. Couldn't stay on the field, but only missed. I think he played 13 games last year and ran for 900 yards. So I mean, he's a really good running back, good vet. He's savvy. He's going to be able to come in and provide a impact immediately, which we need. And like I said, he's going to be able to groom RJ Harvey and kind of get that work in, where he's also not going to have to carry the workload. He might be able to stay healthy for 17 games when he can get a break and not have to be the bulldozer all the time. So I like the signing there. Good question, Shai.
Yeah, that was a good question. But one thing too, I wanted to touch on with him is, I know we're concerned a lot about the injury history when it comes to J.K. Dobbins, but he's gonna get fresh legs with that running back room we have. I know the Baltimore Ravens and the LA Chargers really
appreciate you, Jay.
Thank you, bro.
Sir.
We appreciate you, bro.
We just stay fresh.
We get off topic. We decided to go with quarterbacks tonight, dude. John Elway and Peyton Manning. So, and Bo Nix will be up there, hopefully really soon. So anyway, like when I going back to J.K. Dobbins. Yes.
That one from Jack. Hey,
Broncos defense.
We can intend to be the number one defense 100%. We're there. We got to put the product on the field and stay healthy.
We had 63 sacks as the whole team, bro. If I'm being honest, and that led the league last year, franchise history, and I honestly think there's more gas in the tank to be.
I think everybody's going to get better. I think everybody's going to get better. Everybody has more fire, right? Everybody just got a taste of the playoffs. Nobody here has tasted the playoffs, besides Bulls, right? You got some core guys, but other than that, you got guys that are hungry. But some of the biggest reports during training camp that just came out, or OTAs, whatever, right? Some of the biggest reports were how impressive the front looked, right? It's early, but a lot of people were saying that group looks better already to start the season. 90s jerseys were fire. Always.
Exactly. What you look at, dude. You look at the the additions that we did make, like Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, all those names. Top with the defense getting that experience and that exposure in the playoffs. That really makes a huge difference, man. And we were at our weak point with the middle of the field. You improved that with Dre Greenlaw, and now you have somebody that can really defend a Travis Kelce. And you get not only you get one person, but you're more diverse, right? You add Hufanga, you add Shante Barron that shocked the world on draft night. I just remember many people's faces,
Shocked
bro.
the
Just like
country, really, the whole
I think
universe. That was crazy.
he's a blue chip
Crazy.
prospect, bro. And I mean, I seen him as high as number 7 getting
He
drafted.
was in the top 10 in everybody's draft board, so can't be mad.
Yeah, so he's a blue chip prospect, and his instincts, his ball skills, man, he's just a perfect complement next to Patrick Surtain and of course, as we know already, McMillan. Now, does that mean McMillan gets
Corners are
we'll find
gonna
out.
be a
I would
position
so I
fight.
think McMillan. Yeah, he'll be some.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry about
think
that. Yeah,
cornerback room's gonna
my
be
end was glitching.
but we
And then
for
again,
sure
I
we'll
kind of
make
lights a
some
fire to Randy Moss, dude.
What is this?
Shai
Do
Vargas
you
says.
know about the
go ahead.
craziest trades between the Raiders and Broncos? The NFL vetoed. I don't think I do know about this
You got
one.
me there. You got me
Some
there.
research. That's a good one.
Please let us know, Joe. Please, bro.
Throw us
I'm hearing
the knowledge in the comments. We appreciate. No shame in my game. I can admit
he stumped me on that one, bro.
Yeah, that one's interesting.
But anyways, I think our defense is gonna be just a problem, and cell block B that Johnny's been like pounding the table like to get the name for all of Broncos country to call the defense,
so
to get them to call that cell block D. I like that.
Cell block D. Here we go on the screen.
Yeah, thank you.
Promote it, share it. Make sure you recognize where you heard it. Give us a shout out. Welcome to Cell Block D 2025, baby. We're gonna come
ready to get locked down.
Ready to get locked down.
That's such a sick graphic, dude. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's pretty dope.
Those are the Broncos jerseys.
Another thing is, so if we have a solid defense, dude, like not just solid, but where does that leave the offense? Where do you think the offense has to be to kind of help us be successful, to be that much better than we were last season? What do you want to see from the offense? Because we know that the defense is going to be a problem.
Well, I want us to run the ball consistently. I'd love for us to get yards, be able to pick up first downs, 3rd and 2, confidently run the ball behind a top 5, if not top 10 offensive line. Like, you really can't argue that O-line was disgusting, and you can't run the ball, there's a problem. And I think just that alone, our offense could have more success. Bo could still throw for 34 touchdowns, right? He could still run for 4 or 5, but we'll have more versatility if we just run the ball efficiently, not even consistently. Because if you consistently run it and consistently get 2 yards, you're consistently behind the sticks, right? So you need to be able to get 4 yards, get somebody who can get 4 yards to carry. And then we're going to throw in the trick plays. We're going to throw in the quick screens to Mims. We're going to throw in the motions, Troy Franklin over the top, right? Like, we have a lot of interesting pieces. And now you add Evan Ingram over the middle, probably.
And I think
the best signing that we could have made, because we haven't had a tight end since Julius Thomas. So, but I want to see us
quite a while, dude.
And run the ball, and those things coincide with each other. If you can get some play action, middle's going to be wide open because linebackers are in the box. So that's what we need to see, or I would like to see.
And aside from like Marvin, having Marvin Mims make plays after the catch, or get yards after the catch. Excuse me. Like you said, Evan Ingram. Say that again.
I said Boomer Sooner.
Having Evan Ingram
Marvin.
and you're so funny. You and your Sooners. Get out of here, Oregon Ducks. Anyways, and then having RJ Harvey, who has the ability to score anywhere off the field as well, dude. You've seen him on tape, dude. He just great
thick.
contact balance.
Quadzilla 2.0, baby. We got
home
our
run
own
hitter.
version.
Yeah, dude. That is. I know a lot of people were hurt about the 5'8" kind of
Boy,
the
stocky.
height, but dude, look at the whole body, and I mean the whole body of work. If I'm being honest,
He runs slow. He has a low center of gravity.
Yeah,
he breaks
three
tackles.
linemen are struggling to bring his ass
down. He's gonna have to prove it, right? You know, college isn't the NFL, but he's in good hands.
No, I hear you.
Sean, we trust.
Oh yeah. And a lot of people were kind of questioning Sean, because also, if you remember, Caleb Johnson was on the board, and I was thinking Caleb Johnson would have been the selection too, but RJ Harvey, something special, man. I had him number 7.
RJ was slept on
my board.
A lot of people were just thinking he was
for
going to
him,
fall,
but. And a lot of people kind of pointed out to the Bucky Irving situation when he came out of Oregon. We're just giving out talent left and right to the NFL. Thank you. But anyway, yeah, I honestly thought so too, but it ended up being Troy Franklin. If I'm being honest, I would have rather had Bucky Irving. But anyways, that's a discussion for another day. So yeah, dude, I think
hey,
RJ Harvey's going to be special.
We got like 50 viewers. We appreciate y'all. That's freaking sick. So we got like 50 people in here. Much love on the debut show. Go. Much love. Appreciate you.
That makes me feel so good, man. I appreciate y'all.
Hope you share.
We appreciate the love. This is what it's all about.
Tell your friends, tell your mamas, tell your aunties.
Share,
tell your grandpas. We appreciate you.
And then pass it on to them, and it just goes down the line. Give me some season hot takes, boys. Oh, okay. Let's see. My hot take, and give me some season hot takes. Ooh, that's a good one.
The game in Kansas City on Christmas Day will be for the division.
Oh, okay. Nick Bonito takes that next step in terms of his run defense, setting the edge. And I know he had 13.5 sacks last year, but he will be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year this year. And I think he gets 15 sacks, and along with maybe 2 touchdown pick. 2 pick sixes, because that one against the Colts. If I'm being honest, bro. Yeah, if I'm being honest, George, sorry about that. That was a pick 6, not a fumble. I don't know what those guys were talking about when they said that.
The NFL hates us.
I'll take that.
That's it. Yeah. NFL hates us.
Well, and that did change the game. Man, he's a game changer, though. Nick Bonito. Yes. Oh, here's Dream Weaver's in here running hot. Here, sorry about that.
Jack, give you a shout out, brother. MHRT Network, Wild Wild West Wednesdays, 4:30 Pacific.
Oh yeah, bro.
Check them out, guys. Check them out.
We're gonna show them some love. Definitely.
Give you a watch there for Pacific time. So 5:30 my time. I can pop in.
Yeah, 5:30 your time, bro. 5:30 Mountain Time. I know the time zones are tricky. They're really, really tricky. Dre Weaver, the Dream Weaver has it. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Come back and join us again on our next show next Monday.
We'll come pop in and say hi to you, Jack. Appreciate it. Will Vele be the top wide receiver?
The top wide receiver on the team at this. Yeah, he has the potential. I mean, you saw what he was as a security blanket for Bo Nix until injury, and then he came back. And then you look at him, the way he looked going into. He wasn't there for minicamp, so I would say OTAs. He looked like he was. He was a top for some practices for sure, dude. He can very well challenge for wide receiver 2 this season, and maybe wide receiver 1 next season. But I think Pat Bryant has something to say about that. I'm just saying, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But Vele was slept on, and he was a 7th round draft pick. Kudos to Sean Payton and George Payton for drafting him. A lot of people were pissed off because they were like, oh, well, he's 26 and this and that. But let's be honest, 7th rounders, or you take a player on a 7th rounder, if I'm being honest, right? So,
out of 7th round draft picks, Vele is number 1 in yards in their first season. So any 7th round draft pick wide receiver that played that next season, Vele's number 1 in yards and production. So in retrospect, anybody else that got drafted at that position did worse than he had ever done last year. So his potential's there. I think if he stays healthy, gets another year under his belt, he for sure could be our top wide receiver, with the other guys slightly behind him, mostly because he has the build. He has the build for your number 1. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. Troy is mostly fast. He's a little tall, but he's not super strong, right? Troy's a burner. Marvin's tiny, but he's a burner. And then you got Pat Bryant, who's fresh, but they say a great route runner. So I think he'll have that Vele role and have to take on, getting touches and proving himself. So, yeah, I like that take, Jay. I could say as of right now, Vele has the best chance to be the top receiver at this time next year, presuming, we don't trade for or anything crazy happens, right? The NFL hates Sean. Faux show. Yes, sir, Paul. They absolutely hate us. Heck yeah. Oh, no. Made me a solo dolo here. But I'll carry on, guys, here. I think Dak's having some connection issues. Appreciate all the viewers. Really enjoy you guys being here. It's our first show ever. First time doing this. We're super excited and just blessed to be here. Got a lot of expectations. Really looking forward to us competing, I really am sticking to that hot take. I think we're going to compete for the division this year. We're going to have the team to do it, and I for sure will say I got money on it, or petty bets. I'm always for friendly petty bets. We will beat the Chiefs this year, fair and square, with no excuses.
And I think we'll sweep the Chiefs, if I'm being honest, George. I agree with you. Sorry about that. You guys cut out glitchy on my end for whatever reason. But I think we sweep the Chiefs, and I think we sweep the division if we want to talk about hot takes. I think
sweep division is very possible. I think it gets interesting in the division. I think there's a couple we could slide. Chargers is usually one we split. They finally beat us both. Raiders, I won't overlook them, but it's the Raiders.
I don't know how you.
Gino with Genty, they could give some problems. They could do some damage. And KC's still KC. You got to dethrone them. So I won't say a sweep division, but we will beat the Chiefs this year, and we're gonna make some noise. And we got some primetime games. I think we have five primetime games against big teams.
What I noticed is when the Broncos show any glimpse of success, the NFL typically gives the Broncos a lot of primetime games. If I'm being honest,
because we're a top tier franchise.
Yeah, you get the ownership right. You get the head coach.
We had our 9-year stint of sucking, and now hopefully we don't suck again. No more suck again.
That was the team of every other year until Bo Nix came along, dude.
Came up every year. Every
Dude,
year.
What was it?
Literally.
13 different starting quarterbacks until Bo Nix, dude, and I can't even name all of them because I'm so embarrassed. If I'm being honest, I mean, I probably could name.
We suck again! Oh no! We suck again!
Can you name all 13 quarterbacks that the Broncos went through, bro? I think I could do my best, but I think
I've been trying to erase those memories from my life. Why are you trying to make me relive them?
I won't bring that shit up. Then I'm sorry. I
Oh
apologize.
no. We can.
I don't want to give you nightmares. But dude, Bo Nix is a breath of fresh air. It's just
so bad from Tebow, and then we went. We got Manning, and we were like, oh, here we go, and then Manning left, and since then we just did absolutely nothing but tank. We had our Paxton Lynch, we had our Trevor Siemian, we came and signed Joe Flacco out of retirement, Case Keesum, like you said. Dude, you make my brain go into a freaking mess. I don't even like it. All I know, it's been bad. It's been bad for too long. And it was great to finally go into a draft not needing a quarterback. That's where I was at.
Oh, yeah, dude. And just leading up to the draft was just a different feeling, dude. And then not only that, you look at the OTAs, mini camp, and I mean, and now leading up to training camp, and at this point last year, we were literally talking about Jarrett Stidham starting the season, the first 4 weeks potential over Bo Nix, yeah. Because I mean, and I know it was like it was a cause for concern because you opened up on the road in Seattle, which I went to. What a game! And all those haters behind me that were talking smack, they can kiss my, you know what? Yes.
You didn't invite me, dickhead.
I'm sorry. Next time.
I brought you out here for a game.
And that was a good time. That was a great time.
We never actually talked about that. That was one of our first memories together.
That was fun, dude.
Me and Dak
I appreciate you
for time he came out, and we went to the Vikings game. I had bought tickets, and I told him, fly out. We're going to go. That Sunday night game, Sunday night against the Vikings 2 years ago. With the showdown, man. It was still the Russell Wilson show, but we won the game, all right? We're not talking about that. We won the game, all right?
And you and I were saying, that they were going to come back and win that stuff and win that shit. And some of the Vikings fans weren't having it. Some of them. And a lot of Vikings fans at that game were actually fairly pleasant. You know what I mean? It was fun.
They were.
The tailgate party was fun. We ran into a lot of Vikings fans, and it was funny. It was funny because it was like, I think we're gonna win, but I don't know. It's kind of like it was like a teeter-totter, bro. If I'm being frank with you.
Both of us were humble fan bases, knowing that we both could blow it at any moment.
And it was crazy because we were both on a hot streak. They had the
They were on the win streak.
Well, no, but what was their quarterback's name for the Vikings?
Oh man,
Dobbs.
He was going off. Yeah, Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
Caillou.
Dude, was it
Caillou himself?
Was it Kareem Jackson? Was it Kareem Jackson that lit him up, dude, for that fumble? And everyone was on his legs.
Yeah, that's great. And then that's actually when we ran into Nick Ferguson, right?
Yeah, at the game, dude.
That's where we met Nick Ferguson.
What a great guy. I don't think he's talked enough in Broncos fan base, if I'm being honest. Like, I know he's out here. And then he does Broncos country tonight, but he's such a great dude. Let me see if I could pull a picture up.
Yeah, Ferguson was so dope to meet. He was super, super chill, was more than happy to take a picture with us. And like we said here, Orange and Blue Network, they actually have ties to Nick Ferguson. So it's full circle for us. Like, here we are doing podcasts, and these guys know Nick Ferguson. So, we much shout out to Orange and Blue, MHRT, and Nick Ferguson, of course. Hopefully we get him on the show one day. I think Dak's trying to pull up that picture. He's thinking. That's his thinking face.
Yes, hopefully. Give me works with me. Hold on, please.
Let's give him some motivation, guys.
There we go.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
What do you guys think? Yeah. Quite the look there, huh? And it didn't come up again? Stop, hold on. It says it's sharing, but I don't know what's going on.
Hey, there we are.
There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bear with me. Look at that picture.
That's us with Nick Ferguson at the game. That's one of my goals as well. During the season, I'll be down there at the tailgates. Come say hi. I'll try to go live or join some of the shows and do some fan questions. That'll be a fun time.
Well, dude, I was going to ask you, George, it's kind of crazy how things just come full circle, because back then, we didn't have how would we have known that we were doing something like this? We always talked about it and time passed by, but it's just so surreal because, we talked with Nick, we ran into him, such a nice guy, like I said, but also then we run into Johnny, who happens to be, friends with him or whatever. So that's pretty cool, dude. I was like fanboying it. I felt like I was. I hope I wasn't. Was I?
Yeah, you for sure were fanboying it hardcore. It's okay though. It's all right. That's fair, That's famous vibes, hits the culture. So it's surreal, It's a pleasure to be here, and we're super excited to get this show going. And like I said, we'll have lots of Broncos content and open to any suggestions. We love whatever you guys want to suggest and throw out.
We come to expect. Johnny has a question for us. What can we come to expect from Broncos Bros in the future? What set you guys apart? Well, a lot of it, and I know we touched on it earlier in the show, but just having that personable connection with the fan base, but also giving good content and context behind our takes, and just sharing a platform with fans that share similar interests. And I love talking Broncos. Well, one day I really hope to have fans that want to come on the show and kind of give us their Broncos experiences. I think that's something that sorry about that. I think that's something that I would appreciate if I was a fan, in my opinion. What about you, George?
Hey, I think in the future you're going to see a lot of fun, a lot of exciting shows, a lot of new content, a lot of interaction with the fans. We really want to do some fan polls. We want to get your guys' opinions on things. We want to hold certain contests where we could shout you guys out. And like I said, a bigger part of it is, I'm here in Denver, so I'd love to do some meet and greets. Would love to be at the game, some tailgates, get people's, just having a good time, trying to be part of the Broncos Bros, Do you even Broncos?
Yeah.
Bro? Come on.
Even Broncos?
You're not a Bronco. Yeah. If you're a Bronco fan, then you're a bro, so you might as well come chat it up with the Bronco Bros. So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude.
I think we're just going to be looking for the stuff, I think we're going to do some clips, some funny edits. We're going to clip our bloopers and make fun of each other. We're going to talk stuff and have our rants about things we don't like and how things were horrible. But most of all, we're just going to have a good time, man. We're just gonna have a
Why are
good
you
time.
watching the Bears? Thank you so much, Paul.
Hey, Paul, appreciate you, brother. We'll be here every Monday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
6 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget about Pacific time now, George.
Get your Mountain Times down, and then you figure it out from there. All
Be
right?
specific in the Pacific, bro. Okay?
I'll start calling it out in Eastern Time if I have to, man.
Oh, I know.
But
No,
we really just want to have a good time, and we want you guys to enjoy our content. But you can expect for sure analytics and really good takes and know the game of football. Dak knows the game of football. But we love talking ball, and we want people to enjoy watching the show. And like I said, the interactions are always fun to get conversations going, get ideas, and really just grow our platform and try to bring the fans with us, because Broncos country is strong and proud. We're out here.
Yeah, bro. Like, this is one of the best fan bases. I've had the pleasure of talking to so many people on X, even media members, dude, that I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would have the opportunity to talk to.
Jay. That's fair. Fair.
I know today. And one thing I do want to say, George, is I know today's episode was a little rocky with my technology, and we were a little nervous. I'd be lying and I'd be remiss to say I wasn't, dude. I was very nervous at first because this is my first rodeo hosting a pod. But one thing I will tell you is I will do my damnedest to get better each episode for you guys to really enjoy. I really want you guys to come and watch our show and enjoy it. I mean, and you're probably laughing like, what the hell are these guys doing? But it's gonna be okay. We're gonna elevate. Trust me. It's
gonna be all right. I mean, bro. It's gonna be all right.
And that's why I'm wearing this jersey right here. You remember that? Remember, I was behind the scenes. I was all Super Bowl 43, Super Bowl 48.
Oh
okay,
you don't have to tell people that.
Well, hold on. Even why I'm telling them this, they have to know. Damn it! The reason why is because no matter how many times you fall, you just got to continue to get back up, dude. You know what I mean? That's what it is. This is what it's about, dude. And getting better every day. So, I really appreciate each and one. I'm surprised how many viewers we had tonight, and the chat was jumping.
Plus, I think we had 66. That's kind of crazy.
The chat was jumping.
Wild. I don't even have 66 followers on Twitter. We appreciate y'all. Much love.
Follow this guy, man. He needs followers. If you're watching on X, please follow him.
Surviving without him.
I know you need to be active.
Malibu's most wanted said, "Don't be hating." All right.
Yeah. But no, this was a fun show. It was a little rocky to start, but this was
win the Super Bowl. I do not want to be Buffalo.
Yeah. Would you rather win the Super Bowl this year? Yeah, dude.
There's just that's the ultimate disappointment. Every year you finish second. No, that sounds horrible.
Not what you play for. You don't play for participation, because that's what you're getting when your ass is actually out of the game. If I'm being honest, dude. So, but no, thank you.
Never.
Everybody.
Hold on.
That was,
I got something for that. That got something.
There you go. Oh, you do.
Damn it, Johnny!
What was that?
I declare.
Oh, well, guys, we're running here up on the hour. Do you want to do our segment, or do you want to save it for debut 2?
Let's save it for next week, because I got something spicy coming up that I think the fans will appreciate. So yeah, we'll save it for next week. I mean, and I'm actually excited.
Better be ready.
Right answer. You guys are not fired.
He's not fired.
Yeah, we don't pay for participation. We're not doing that. Stop that.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to hoist another Lombardi, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to another parade. That's a great time.
This one's for So this one's for Sean. I don't know. Whoever decides to do that. Maybe John Elway will want to hold the trophy up again because he did it for the Chiefs. Anyways, tonight was fun.
Real. You just had to end it on that, huh? You're a real fucking guy.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure. We're
68
gonna do this again.
Man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are
Yeah.
a blessing.
I can't believe it,
Much
man.
love,
61
much love.
viewers, bro. I'm just like that. Mwah, mwah.
Yeah.
But on that note, you guys,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
again. And
Follow us on
next
X.
time.
Come look. We're gonna make a Broncos Bros Twitter too. So or X, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, we're gonna do.
Yeah, hey,
page
it was
for-
a fun first show. A little bit of introduction, a little bit of talking ball, but we just wanted you guys to get a little personal with us, and we look forward to continuing this journey, man. What a good show. What a good first show. Much
Thank you
love
guys
for the
so
turnout.
much, bro. Bros, let's go
Broncos, bro. Do you even Broncos, bro? Come on.
so much and have a good night.
I thought
Do you believe in Broncos, bro? When we hit that.
What happened?
Do you believe in Broncos, bro? When we hit that field, orange and blue pride, it's our strength and our shield. Every win, every loss, we deal with the flow. Broncos Bros on the mic, let the whole world know. So tune in tight as we break it down slow. Broncos Bros forever, let the whole world know. Orange and blue, we're here for you. Talking Broncos all day through. No stopping us, we're on the loose. Come join the crew, no bad news. Podcast vibes so fresh and true. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Catching up on all that we knew. Hit play, let the episodes accrue. Nothing rhymes